Okay, guys, Stranger Things. Stranger Things Season 4, guys. They got some new images. Let's talk about it. You're watching Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. Guys, Stranger Things Season 4 is coming out soon, and we got some new images to look at. This is over on a bunch of sites, but we got some new images. So one thing here I want to point out is make sure that you go to all the sites, because some of these sites don't show all of these new images. So don't worry, I got you covered. We'll take a look at them here on this channel. And that's going to open up today's news headlines. Now, some of them are dark, and some of them you can't really see, but we're going to go through them a little bit here, and I'm going to blow them up so that they look just a little bit bigger. And there we go. Okay, there's 11. Finn Wolfhard's character and the little brother there back in the corner. And it's going to be good to see Millie Bobby Brown back in this role. There's no real teaser out, another one just yet, but we got these images. And as I said, make sure that you go to the different sites, because some of them are not showing all of the new pictures that just got released. But we can see that the whole cast is back, that they're showing us pretty much everyone. And that's good. That's really good. Okay, so they're looking at some kind of light bright, it looks like something here. Interesting. They're trying to... you remember those things, light bright? They're trying to solve some kind of puzzle, climb out of somewhere here. Okay, and they're also trying to work with some computers that will be like really old school computers, like those flip-flop floppy disk computers. Flip-flops. But this girl's back from season 3, and that's cool. I liked her. Yeah. And it's Natalia Dyer. Dyer? I can't remember her name. I'm sorry, I'm apologizing. But I like her. And as I said, some of these are so dark. I'm not going to focus on the ones that are really dark. Looks like they're playing some D&D. And we knew that from the trailer and the teaser that we saw, that they moved to California, right? So they're out there going to high school, and they're just having the tropes of going with the high school and then dealing with the upside down and all that stuff. And it looks like the mother and this guy are going to go over to Russia to look for the David Harbour character, the father, because there's snow there, and we knew that he was working in the snow earlier on, the daughter of Ethan Hawke. Is that who that is? Who I'm thinking of? Back here, this is the daughter of Ethan Hawke, and she was in the opening for Fear Street, right? Okay, Fuzz in the live chat says, hey, how's it going? And he said that she's Ethan Hawke's daughter. Okay, cool. And yeah, the kids look old. He says that the kids look old. So, yeah. And, yeah, there they are right there. It looks like she's dressed up or something like that. Visitor. They're going to be in some kind of prison, maybe? I don't know. Oh yeah, there's a good one of the crew. Finn Wolfhard. Yes, he's looking older. There were rumblings that he wanted to play like the younger Kylo Ren in like a flashback scene of Luke training him in the Jedi Temple. He could look like a little bit like a younger Kylo Ren. I'll have to look for that headline and see if we can find any more credibility to that. Oh, and there's David Harbour. Now, as I said, guys, be careful when you're looking for these images, because they're not going to... I went to 2 different sites and they didn't show all of the pictures. So even I might be missing some of these new pictures. But we know that he was going to be back, the father character. And that's pretty much it, guys. Those are the new images. Oh, there's one. See, I missed one. I missed one blowing one up. They're inside of a house, but it's dark. You can't really see them. They're looking away from the camera there. Yeah, so those are the new images from Stranger Things Season 4. Remember, it's being released in 2 parts. First part comes out May 27th, which we will do watch-alongs and reactions to. And then part 2 comes out July 1st. So May 21st is when Stranger Things Season 4 launches on Netflix. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments below. It's pretty cool, man. I think that's... those were some good images, and I'm going to have to look at them a little bit more closely for some Easter eggs. You're watching Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines, where we actually do talk about the actual headlines. Here they are right here, guys. We just talked about Stranger Things. That started off the show, and then a new Men trailer dropped. You know, that Alex Garland horror movie. We'll talk about that, and there's going to be a trailer reaction out later on today. I don't want to talk about this story. This is going to be an up and down day. This Disney story really bums me out. because it really doesn't really have too much to do with the movie industry. It's just the climate where Florida is and where Disney is, that there's a big walkout now, and we're going to talk about that. But don't worry, I'll bring you back up with some really good topics, like Rachel Zegler being invited to be an Oscar presenter, so good. Nicolas Cage is out of debt finally, good. And just like that, Sex and the City reboot gets a season 2. Romy Michele too? Well, there's some rumblings about that. Evil Dead Rise is rated R, and that's good. That's really good. Oppenheimer casting, Christopher Nolan, and then we'll take a look at some various headlines that I missed. If you're watching us live, I'll always interact with you guys in the live chat in between these stories, and then if you're watching us afterwards, don't worry. Don't worry, you can follow these topics listed in time codes in the description and comment section below. Follow me on all the social media sites, and that's my spiel. Okay, let's get right back into the movie news stories, guys, because that's where my bag is at. Now, men, Alex Garland, are you a fan of his? Do you remember that he did Ex Machina and Annihilation? There's a new trailer out today, and yeah, you know that first teaser we got where it's just her kind of looking down that long corridor there, the tunnel. That's pretty much what the teaser was, and we saw some flashes of like people standing up in the darkness and such, and we knew that was going to be a horror, but this new trailer shows a little bit more of men in it, and perhaps gives us a little bit of an idea, perhaps more as to why it's called Men. And that dropped today, so later on in the afternoon here, my trailer reaction will come out for this. I feel like I'll just walk through some of the screenshots right now, and we'll do it that way. That's the easiest way to look at it. Okay, and it opens up pretty much the same way that the teaser did, by her looking in the long corridor. I'm not going to play any of the sound, and it's just kind of got that eeriness to it. And then she's talking with some men. So good. Remember, the synopsis read that she has an ex-husband that passed away, I think. That's not clear, I don't think. But she's got an ex-husband. She's trying to move away from him. And now she's being haunted by something. But it looks like there's also going to be like some supernatural element or religious element in it, because there's, she's consulting a priest here. And then, of course, there's some other kind of stuff going on in the trailer. And, yeah, there's some inappropriate touching there. That's, what are you doing? You're a man of the cloth. You're not supposed to be doing that. And then we get some images that we've seen before of her looking out into the darkness. And it was a nice little trailer that we get a little bit more insight as to some of the men that are surrounding her, that there's that paranoia. That's what it is. It does a very good job of selling the paranoia of what Men is going to be about. And obviously there's going to be some kind of a showdown of some kind, and I messed that up. I accidentally clicked the wrong link there. Okay, but guys, that's it. That's the Men trailer. I will leave a link to the trailer reaction in the cards up above once YouTube processes this version. Fuzz in the live chat said, did you know Jessie Buckley won the UK version of the American Idol? No, I didn't. So she's a vocalist. Cool. Yeah, that's really cool. But that's the Men trailer, and I thought it was really awesome. I thought it was great. It was really something, hey, I'm really looking forward to Men. That comes out May 20th is the release date for Men. Now, this is a story I don't really want to talk about, but it's all on the big trades. Hollywood Reporter, Variety, they're all going to be running with this today. So let's just get through it as quickly as we can. Disney employees rally to protest fallout from Don't Say Gay bill. It's really been painful and soul-crushing. So in the United States, luckily I don't live there, in Florida, Disney has these big theme parks and such, and there's like a hub there that they base a lot of their productions out and such. But a lot of the employees are not happy with the stance of the company, saying that they're not going to come out and say anything against this bill that'll say that they can't talk to kids about using that word, gay. So that's what the base of this story is. And Disney saying this is not really fair because, well, yeah, it's a humanitarian thing and it's politics. And what does it have to do with movies? Well, it's Disney, and Disney's a big, huge proponent in the realm of movies, and the fact that this is happening and there's calls for CEO Bob Chapek to be removed because he just hasn't said anything. But this is happening, I guess, across all of the states, I think, or where all the Disney properties. Disney Walkout, do better, supporting our fellow co-workers. So yeah, I guess it does sort of affect the people that work at it affects the personal lives of people that work at the parks. And that's what I'm trying to say, because it's really more about this law that they're passing is just for kids. It's kids in school, right? They don't want to teach kids about that, even though who knows, some kids may have two dads or two mothers. It's just, I had to talk about it. It's there. It's going to be the big news of the big trade, so you had to know about it, and it's kind of a bummer. And it's even brought in some of like other actors to come in and say their reactions to it. And Oscar Isaac, he's always a stand-up dude. When you get down to it, his quote said, "I guess my comment would be." He says the word over and over again, but then he goes on to say, it's an absolutely ridiculous law. It's insane. It's insanity. And I hope that Disney as a company comes out as forcefully as possible against this idea. It's astounding that that it even exists in this country. Yeah, in the United States. There's parts of the United States that are just going backwards, absolutely backwards. And they're trying to go back to a time where they're trying to roll it back to like the 1950s, and you can't do that. If you do that, then the rest of the world's going to go right by you, and they are, and they are going past the United States, especially when it comes to the new technologies, with the green technologies. That's the wave of the future, and they're turning their backs on it. And I don't want to get into all that political stuff because it just gets people riled up and it sets the line. It doesn't really have much to do with movies. So there you go. Yeah, and it's tiresome to talk about it. It bums me out. But let's keep on with Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac, because there's just a small little headline note here that we need to talk about that I misplaced. So bear with me here. Okay. Yeah, need to wash that taste out of my mouth. Let's keep with Oscar. Let's keep with Oscar Isaac. Report: Oscar Isaac no longer to star in Megalopolis. Now, this is that Francis Ford Coppola movie that he's self-financing for $100 million, and it's got an all-star cast in it. For sure, it's got Cate Blanchett, Forrest Whitaker, Jon Voight, Zendaya, Michelle Pfeiffer, Jessica Lange, and James Caan is coming out of retirement for this movie, Megalopolis, Francis Ford Coppola's passion project since 1980. But apparently Oscar Isaac is dropping out, and that's kind of a bummer. I really like Oscar Isaac. I'm looking forward to seeing him in Moon Knight. So, yeah, bummer. But let's turn it around. Let's start talking about some of the wins that happened today. Some of the big thumbs up stories. To wash that kind of tripe out of our mouths. Okay. Now, this was a story that I initially dismissed because I didn't really feel like it was much of a story. But people kicked up a stink and now it's turned around. Rachel Zegler invited to the Oscars as a presenter after not getting a ticket. And people made huge long diatribes about this earlier in the week. And I thought it was, oh, whatever. Yeah, she'll get invited. And yes, she got invited. Because she stars in West Side Story and is nominated for Best Picture and Best Director and Best Supporting Actress. So, I mean, come on. It was only a matter of time. And people got on the social media and just... turned it around, and people out there are championing this process that, hey, we can make differences in social media. And there you go. She's going to be a presenter. And I think that's warranted. She's going to be in the upcoming movies. We talked about this yesterday, too. She's going to be in Shazam 2, and she's going to be in that new Snow White. She's Snow White. But it looks like the people made a small win there by kicking up a stink. saying that, yeah, she really needs to be part of that. And that's going to be all over the big trades, too. I don't think it says which award she's going to be presenting just yet. She's received a ticket, so we'll see her on the red carpet, too. And this was at the BAFTAs, so... obviously, she looks stunning in all of she's going to look stunning on the red carpet for sure. And that's just a small win, and I don't want to rag on that much more. But let's talk about Nicolas Cage, because that's also a good win. Nicolas Cage, apparently a while ago, was into some serious debt. I guess he lived the large lifestyle, and I guess he paid off all of his debts with VOD films, and he stands that by every role. I guess they accused him of phoning in roles, but even in the bad movies that he appeared in, you can never say that Nicolas Cage wasn't giving his all. Like never. I can't think of a role where you're like, yeah, the movie wasn't that great, but at least Nicolas Cage was good in it. I never thought that he was ever phoning it in, but apparently, yes, he owed the IRS some money, and in property taxes, and they were taking it out of any role that he could get. So that's why he was in a lot of these other lower budget stuff. But now he's turned it around with Pig. He's turned it around, coming around with that unbearable weight of an actor movie that came out, that's coming out. The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That's what it's called right there. And that one looks like it's going to be just a riot at the theaters. And now that he's back on the Plus page, hopefully he's not living life so large, because he did have some bombs with Nash. They did list some here. Drive Angry. Yeah. But Unbearable Weight, Pig, and he's turned it around. He's coming back. He's a phenomenal actor, and I like him as an action star. He's still got that in him, that vibe, that energy, and I think that that's good news for Nicolas Cage. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Now, this is a series that I haven't watched, but it's going to be big too. HBO's Sex and the City revival renewed for second season, yes, and it's called And Just Like That, but Sarah Jessica Parker and Kirsten Davis, wow, she's aged remarkably well. Actually, they all have. I'm sorry, I apologize. I get smitten every now and then, tongue-tied. Just Like That has been renewed for a second season, revealed during an interview with Deadline executive producer Michael Patrick King, said and HBO Max chief said that they're going to come back. And Sarah Jessica Parker is somebody who's producing it as well, so she's got control on it. And it looked like things were going to head in that direction, but it's officially confirmed that HBO Max and Just Like That season 2 is just around the corner, because and Just Like That season 1 was a big success for HBO Max. So good for them. Lisa Kudrow is open to a sequel to Romy and Michele's high school reunion. Okay, well, we recently saw these two together on some awards circuit right now recently. And Lisa Kudrow and her, she just came out and recently said that Mira Sorvino, sorry, Mira Sorvino is Romy and Lisa Kudrow is Michele. And this was in the 90s. It was very 90s. I had fun with it, 1997. I thought I had a copy of it around here, and I was looking for it, and that's why the show's late. I had to open up my box of VHS tapes. I'm pretty sure I do have a copy of it around here somewhere. It was just a fun little romp. It's silly. It was a silly movie, and if they could, there's always been talk for a while now that, hey, there's these, they would come back. They just got to get a script, and she says, well, if everybody wants to come on board and come back for a Romy and Michele too, that she would be on board with it. And they were like designers or something, and they were made fun of in high school. And they have like these little fantasies of living like larger lives. Oh, Mira Sorvino is beautiful. And then they go to this high school reunion and fake that they're rich, and they get exposed for being frauds. And it's they have this weird, fun little dance numbers in it and such. It's whimsy. It's silly. It's It was just a lot of fun. Romy and Michelle's high school reunion. So part 2, if a sequel came along with them older, hey, I'd watch that. All right, moving on. Some more good news. Evil Dead Rise has been rated R for bloody violence and gore. Well, good. Evil Dead Rise has just finished its production, so we just heard that the other week, and it's slated to come out later this year, but it's not going to be in theaters from what I understand. It's just going to be just on a streaming service. Evil Dead Rise, set in LA, and you know how the other Evil Dead movies were set in the forest in a cabin? Well, it's going to take place in an apartment high-rise now. A road-weary Beth pays an overdue visit to her older sister Ellie, who is raising 3 kids on her own in a cramped LA apartment. And then in the basement, in the bowels of Ellie's building, gives rise to a flesh-possessing demons, the Deadites, and thrusting Beth into a primal battle for survival as she's faced with the most nightmarish version of her motherhood imaginable. So the Deadites somehow get into this apartment building, and that's good. Well, I don't know if that's good, because by the sounds of it, it's not going to have Ash. It's going to be just about these women in this apartment building fighting the Deadites. But, you know, even the Evil Dead reboot from Fade Alvarez that came out earlier, 2013 or something, that had a lot of gore in it. So if they keep that bloodiness and gore, I think that's something that a lot of people really appreciated with the Evil Dead movies. So we'll have to keep an eye on this for a trailer to come out soon, directed by Lee Cronin. It's going to be released through HBO Max streaming service. HBO Max is going to win this over, and it's going to be on sometime this year. A specific date has yet to be announced for Evil Dead Rise. Fuzz says in the live chat, no Ash, then I don't care. Yeah. He was the big draw. He was always the big draw. So it's... He may be worked in as a cameo, but that's like our best hopes. We'll have to see how the trailer plays out. Okay, let's talk about Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. Alex Wolff joins an all-star ensemble cast. And if you don't know who Alex Wolff was, he was in Hereditary. He was in Old recently, last year. And if you see his face, and you can see, I'm showing you his face, you'll recognize who he is. So he's, it's not announced who his character is, but Oppenheimer is the guy who made the atomic bombs, right? So it's going to be based on some real people, obviously. He's going to be playing somebody who's a scientist of some kind, probably. The film it hasn't been broken yet as who he's going to be playing. Oh, and I guess he was in Pig, right? With Nicolas Cage, huh? See, there's something that rhymes with everything. The plot of the film is not known. It's under wraps because Nolan likes to keep it like that. But it's about the guy who made the bomb. I mean, come on. Let's see who else is in it. John David Washington. Is he cast in this? I thought we had a big list of people who were going to be in this, but maybe I overlooked it. Cillian Murphy's on it. Okay, there we go. Cillian Murphy, Matt Damon, Robert Downey Jr., Emily Blunt, Florence Pugh, Remy Malek, Josh Hartnett, Dane DeHaan, cool. Kenneth Branagh, David Malkian, David Darcy, and Matthias Schoeghofer. You'll recognize who that is when you see him. Don't worry about that. But Oppenheimer, Tenet, Nolan always has a good cast, like even with Tenet that most people didn't like, but I like Tenet because it introduced me to Elizabeth Debicki. I got a thing for tall blondes. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go on to this Christina Ricci story that we talked about yesterday in the Twitter Roundup. And I just wanted to get my facts story straight on this because I knew that there was an animated version coming out and I knew that there was a live action series. So Christina Ricci is going to be in the live action Netflix Wednesday series. It's unclear as to what role she's going to be playing, but she's going to be playing a role that was recently vacated by Thora Birch. So Thora Birch was going to play an elderly role in this, and now Christina Ricci is going to step in and take that role. But Wednesday Addams is going to be played by the girl that was in X, and recently in the new Scream movie. Why am I drawing a blank on her name all of a sudden? Jenna Ortega. Jenna Ortega, there we go. So it's an 8-episode series described as a coming-of-age comedy that will be a sleuthing, supernaturally infused mystery. Sleuthing. Well, you know what? There was a small fan-made series of like what Wednesday Addams would be like when she's older, and if it's kind of like that's the vibe I'm getting for it, and that's the angle. So you know how crazy her family is and such. I think it did give us some other cast members in here. Because that kind of helped round out the cast. Okay, so Catherine Zeta-Jones is going to be Morticia Addams. Interesting. Luis Guzman is Gomez, and then Thing is going to be in it, and Isaac Ordonez is Pugsley. Okay. Wow. And then, of course, it's got Jenna Ortega as Wednesday Addams herself, with Christina Ricci in there. So that'll be kind of like a nice little nod for a lot of people who loved those Addams Family movies that came out in the 90s, which were, for them, really good movies. They were actually phenomenally well done. So I'm kind of curious about that. I'll keep my eye out for that. Okay, so this is on the Hollywood Reporter, and I guess we do have to talk about it. Misha Collins to play Harvey Dent in CW's Gotham Knights. CW just got bought by another company, and it's not clear as to if they're going to keep on some of these projects like Batwoman and such, because they're not profitable. So I don't know why they're going forward with Gotham Knights, but it's on the big trades. Gotham Knights. What is this? So he's going to be playing Harvey Dent, Two-Face. He's going to be playing Two-Face. I have concerns about these kinds of shows because I really like Gotham, the show Gotham, when it was on TV, but they didn't have the rights to all of the characters. That's why in Gotham, they couldn't call him Joker. They had to call him Jerome. But it was clear that he was playing the proto-Joker, the guy who's going to turn into the Joker. They just didn't have the rights to all the characters' names, and that's why they couldn't use Batman in the show and stuff and such. So I wonder with these things like Gotham Knights, well, it seems like they have the rights to Harvey Dent, but do they have the rights to Two-Face? It's weird how those distinctions are made when they have these crossovers. So what is this Gotham Knights thing, guys? Let's just take a look at this. Comes from the Direct. It's a Batman spin-off, Gotham Knights, and it'll have Robin in it. It's got a bunch of people in it that was kind of like Titans from my initial impression. It has no big heroes in it, and these are the two leads of it. They play brother and sister Cullen Rowe. The Rowe, I guess it takes place after Bruce Wayne has defeated the Court of Owls. So it sounds really niche. Who are the Gotham Knights? It's not officially known. But apparently these two are in it. I'm sorry, guys, but maybe I just don't keep up with the TV stuff. But this was like splashed right up on the top near the Hollywood Reporter, so I had to take a look at it. And I don't want to dwell on that anymore. Miley Cyrus. In entertainment news, Miley Cyrus is in the news that her plane was struck by lightning, forced to make an emergency landing. And I guess there was a big tornado recently down near New Orleans or something, but I don't know if this was close to it. But headliner festival in Paraguay, dangerous weather conditions. So this wasn't down there. I guess she was in South America, and her plane had to land due to bad conditions. And is that the wing? Something hit the wing? Ooh. No, that can't be the wing. What is that? To my fans and everyone worried after hearing about my flight in Asuncion, our plane was caught in a major unexpected storm and struck by lightning. So that looks like, that must be part of the plane somehow. That's where the lightning struck. At least she was safe. You gotta always, when you hear these stars that do go down in planes, it's kind of like, well, you're on your own plane, your own jet, and it's kind of like take a roll of the dice. But she's safe, so that's good. Are you a Miley fan? I like that cover she did of Metallica's song there. So, not Unforgiven. Nothing Else Matters. She did a cover of Nothing Else Matters, and that was cool. Wow. Guys, we're running out of show here. So let's talk about this because it does affect me a little bit. YouTube adds nearly 4,000 TV episodes to stream for free. So that's cool. I'm into the cooking shows. I like that kind of stuff. So what's being brought? The free TV shows are available on YouTube users in the U.S. In the U.S. only. What? Why? Gordon Ramsay's Hell's Kitchen and Kitchen Nightmares. Cool. I like to catch up with old Hell's Kitchen episodes every now and then. Andromeda, Heartland, Scream Queens, Unsolved Mysteries, Sanctuary, Hidden Palms, 21 Jump Street, Iron Chef. And you know what? There's a lot of Twitch streamers out there that watch these old kitchen cooking shows. So I may try to dip into that market a little bit. I don't know. But I'll set it up in a way that you'll have like you'll be able to open up two YouTube pages. You'll put my reaction on the bottom, and then you'll have like your own second screen of YouTube that you can move around and follow along with me. And you'll hit the play button on your YouTube, but since mine will be underneath, my picture will be underneath, you'll be able to watch along with me, and you'll be able to see the picture here, but obviously on my version there'll be nothing there, but you'll be able to see it and watch it with two windows open up at the same time. That's what that'll open the door for. And we can perhaps go back and take a look at some old Kitchen Nightmares, or even some Hell's Kitchen. That's my favorite show of his. That's my favorite show of Gordon's. All right, guys, that's pretty much the way that the realm of movie news has been today. Let me go on and see if there's anything out on the Twitter universe, or seeing if there's anything big that I missed in my little roundup. If there's anything that you guys want to talk about, let me know in the comments below. Last night we did a small debate over which was the best action movie of all time, and it was meant to be a very raw video. It was going to be me playing 4-player chess, and I was just going to talk about some of the best movies. But it did open my eyes to some movies that I left off my list, and that's going to get refined into these small little shorts that you guys see that are coming out about my favorite scenes in movies, and like Star Wars, my favorite actors and characters and such like that, because I want to create this playlist called Get to Know James, where if you ask me, who's your favorite actor? What's your favorite sci-fi movie? What's your favorite action movie? Then I'll be able to refer to that list. And as that list comes together, it seems to be getting a lot of traction, a lot more than the movie news show here. So, the movie news show will always be here. But I just want to see if I miss anything from these headlines. Netflix will make $1.6 million per year now. Gotham Knights. So, Loki returning in next couple of MCU movies. What? I don't like the sounds of that. Loki is going to be returning. WandaVision season 2 officially dead. Well, yeah, because there's no Vision just yet. They got to move that story along. Trailers for Morbius completely mislead the audiences, say report. Okay, so there is some interesting stuff. Let's take a look at the Twitter roundup. Joshua Bassett opens up. Oh, I don't know who the hell that is. First look at Nicolas Cage's Dracula. Cool. Yeah, look at that. Now that's what I'm talking about. Nicolas Cage's Dracula. Ooh, it's got that crushed velvet look. And there's Nicholas Hoult. He's going to be playing Renfield. The movie's called Renfield. Yeah, now that's going to be my short for today. My news short. Nicolas Cage as Dracula. Woo! The eyebrows. Looks like he's got like that, the white pale look. I like it. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I dig it. Avril Lavigne says she would like Kirsten Stewart to play her in a potential biopic. Well, they better get on with that, because if she's going to be playing a biopic, they're both around the same age, aren't they? Well, maybe Avril's a little bit older. Where has she been? New stills from Stranger Things Season 4. Yes, we took a look at those at the start of the day. New trailer for Alex Garland's Men, starring Jesse Buckley and Rory Kinnear. Kid Cudi will direct and write and star in Teddy on Netflix. Something for Netflix. Huh. There's Oscar Isaac with a small miniature Moon Knight. That's cool. And that's why I'm saying Oscar Isaac is a cool dude. Ana de Armas Blonde, starring Ana as Marilyn Monroe, has officially been rated NC-17 for some sexual content. Well, you know, I like Ana de Armas, and the images we saw of her playing Marilyn Monroe, they look interesting. But we know that there's going to be... We know from her past that she did some like lewd pictures and such, but it looks like they're going to address that in this movie, NC-17 for some content. So it looks like it's going to be fairly risque. Huh. I don't know if I'm on board for that. Alex Garland's Men received a rated R for disturbing and violent content, graphic nudity, grisly images, and language. So nudity in Men. Huh. Robert Eggers' The Northman has received a rated R rating for strong, bloody violence and some sexual content. Okay. Are you excited for RRR coming out this weekend? Does it come out this weekend? Sure. Yes. I like the trailers for it. I think it looks great. Northman is going to be rated R. For gore, there's Bjork. She's just going through this phase where she likes to put things all over her face. Nicole Kidman. Okay, so that's understandable that movie would be rated R. On this day 10 years ago, The Hunger Games opened up. Isaac Gonzalez. Ryan Gosling debuts platinum blonde hair for our first look as he's going to be playing Ken in Barbie. So yeah, Ken has blonde hair, so that sort of makes sense. But we don't really get to see it because he's got a hat on. Oscars is 5 nights away, is it? Simone Ashley for Bridgerton Season 2 premiere. Wow, she's stunning, isn't she? Look, I need to follow Bridgerton to win over some more female audience members. Maybe I'll watch that series, but I haven't watched Season 1, so I wouldn't be caught up. Luke Thompson at the Bridgerton Season 2 premiere. Sandra Bullock is opening up this weekend with a new movie called The Lost City. Well, actually, it's opened up now in some places. Broke her own opening night weekend 6 times, almost in a row. She returns to theaters this Friday in The Lost City. I know that there were some early screenings for it, and people have seen it already. But I'll be seeing it tomorrow, I think. I'm pretty sure I will be. Anne Hathaway performed. Okay. Spring Breakers was released 9 years ago. Guys, I've been doing YouTube for 9 years. I remember when that came out and I did my review for it. That was like it was like a visceral film because it's about this guy manipulating these girls to do crimes, and they're attractive girls, and I was personally attached to it because it had Selena Gomez in it, who I'm a fan of, and she was one of the good girls that walked away from all of the madness. But I didn't like the manipulation in it. Yeah. Riverdale has been renewed for a 7th season. Okay, well that makes sense. Oppenheimer, Nolan. But I think that's pretty much it for today, guys. There was that headline about Morbius being misleading in the trailers, but if that pans out into anything big and substantial, I'll have to let you know. But our first look at at Nicolas Cage as Dracula, I think that's where I want to end off the show, because that was cool. I want to look at those pictures again. And oh yes, the Men trailer. That Men trailer. I'll be posting my reaction to that later on today after I have my breakfast. But Nicolas Cage, cool, man. Dracula. All right, guys. Fuss says in the live chat, I saw the new Bullock and Tatum movie. I don't want to ruin the movie for you. Okay. Well, thanks. I'll do my live reaction right out of the theater when that comes up. Probably tomorrow. But stay later tonight, we'll be doing our Survivor watch along, guys. Pay attention for that. 9:15 p.m. So that you guys will be able to watch it and then watch along with me afterwards, if depending on what time zone you're in. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.